Hi all, welcome to the supermarket rant. This is going to be rant number 2. So I'm going to be talking about absent-minded people, basically of all ages, um, individuals, people who don't think about how their actions affect other shoppers. They're basically oblivious to the people around them. Firstly, let me say this is a small number of people. I'm not talking about the majority of people here. It's very much just a small number of people. To put an arbitrary sort of value on it, it's something like 1 in 25. I'm not sitting there with a clicker and I'm not following shoppers around to sort of assess behavior and things like that. But from my shopping experience, it's been something like 1 in 25. You're not going to see them that often, but when you do, as I go through this video, you might say, hey, well, actually, I do see this person quite often, or I do see people like this, but no, I don't see them that often. Maybe it's once a month, once every 2 or 3 months, but they're there. Yeah, let me know, if this kind of stuff applies to you when you're supermarket shopping. And also during COVID, the supermarkets have actually restricted. I mean, my local supermarket only allowed 50 people in at any one time. Shopping experience was great, apart from the queuing, which was about an hour, hour and a half. It was actually quite a pleasant shopping experience. That was until the restrictions are removed, and obviously everything's back to normal-ish now. Um, this 1 in 25 scenario might pop up again, and you might see more and more people exhibiting this kind of behavior. So yeah, let's get started with the rant, and then we'll sort of see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to start off first of all by talking about those parents who allow their children to play football. And the thing that I've found from the people I've spoken to, sort of say family and friends, and from my point of view as well, is security basically don't do anything, literally nothing. Okay, I've seen children and their parents all basically having a private little football match in an aisle in a supermarket, and I don't see a security officer or security guard come up and do or say anything. And the thing I don't understand here is, you look at the ceilings of most supermarkets and they're peppered all over the place with CCTV cameras and all sorts. The impression I get is supermarkets are concerned more about the theft of their products than they are about the safety of their shoppers. And that I find quite annoying um, in terms of the shopping experience, that you've got people there doing something, they're not giving a damn about other shoppers and their safety and welfare, and the supermarket turn around and say, well, it doesn't matter, as long as we're getting money through the till, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's something that people have sort of flagged up to me. Moving on, we've got a situation where the whole extended family, now I say extended family, it could be one person, it could be a couple, or it could be the extended family. Okay, they go shopping, and then I'm going to use the word congregate, but obviously this only applies if there's a large group of people, like the extended family setup. But they'll congregate around, say for example, the natural yogurt section, and then they'll debate over which yogurt to buy. Like they've never seen yogurt before in their life, they've never ate yogurt, they don't know what to choose, and they're just staring at it like a child going into a sweet shop and thinking, wow, what are we going to be choosing from all of this variety of plain natural yogurt? It's not a massive choice. When you start bringing flavors in, yes, fair enough. But if it's plain natural yogurt, most of the time it's going to be the people that make it, the manufacturer, and it's going to be the size of the carton. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. And if you worry about things like low fat and stuff like that. But that's it. 3 key decision factors, I think, for choosing natural yogurt. But they will stand there, and you can stand next to this person, these groups of people, this extended family, whatever you want to call them, and effectively you're queuing up, aren't you? You're queuing up to look at this item, but you won't get a chance to look at this item because they will ignore you, because they're focused on that yogurt. And so you'll have to basically push your way through, or put your hand through these bunch of morons just to get a yogurt. And this applies to any bit of the sort of supermarket aisle. Fruit and veg is another one. where people will aimlessly sort of, around the banana section, they'll all be kind of like, these are my bananas, oh, you can't have any of these, so excuse me, can I just get those ripe bananas there? So you have to herd people out of the way to get to the items you want to, rather than them saying, oh, you know what, actually I've got the items I want, let me move away. So personally, I think that's just stupid behavior. And like I say, some of my friends and family also agree. We've also come across shoppers who park their trolleys in the middle of the aisle. Now, they ignore the fact that there are other shoppers about. As far as they're concerned, when the supermarket opens in the morning, the supermarket is opened just for them. That's it. All those items there, thousands and thousands of items that are available there, are all for them to go through, and at their leisure, literally at their leisure. Okay, they will walk through the door, their brain will shut off, and that trolley will be all over the place. They will bash into elderly people. I've seen them do that. They will nearly bash into children, and they will also start knocking items off of shelves and all sorts of things. It's a mess. It really is. As much as their brain is shut off, every other part of them has literally just become like a vegetable. It's horrendous. And if you want to get through that aisle to get to the other end or to the middle or whatever, the key thing is you have to move their trolley for them. They will not move it themselves. What do you do in that situation? I mean, personally, I've given up on it. I used to say, excuse me, and, sometimes they would listen, brain cell would wake up somewhere, I hear a voice, oh, let me turn around kind of thing. But, most of the time they're so transfixed on that discounted wine or whatever it is that they're looking at. So I reached a point now where I and a couple of my friends also, we basically just smash into the trolley. Yeah. And lo and behold, out of nowhere, that brain cell wakes up and they go ahead and grab their trolley and they bring it a bit closer to themselves. And hurrah, there's no longer an obstruction. Okay. This is going to be my personal favorite. Individuals who knock glass bottles and jars off of shelves, and then they're surprised by what they've done. They're surprised by what's happened. Yeah? Like there's a poltergeist going around doing all this kind of stuff in the supermarket. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Of course it was you. Yeah, the bottle is on the floor right next to you. There's no one else around. Yeah, we can all see you. You're in the immediate vicinity of that spillage, that broken bottle, glass that's spread all over the floor. Don't walk away. Yeah, don't walk away. Stand there and guard the broken glass. You've got children, you've got elderly people there. Yeah, I know you want to get on with your shop and then go and do whatever it is you want for the rest of the day. Yeah, but try and be a decent human being and stand there and guard the glass and let other shoppers know. Yeah, if you've spilt a bottle of oil or some kind of like honey or something, there's a massive sort of hazard there, and you need to protect other shoppers. As if nothing else, as a decent human being, you should be doing that. Yeah, and I've seen people, they don't do that. They just walk away and think, oh, this doesn't matter. The people that work at the supermarket can clean that up. It wasn't my fault anyway. They probably overloaded the shelves. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fallen. Guard the item and look after your fellow shoppers. The next one is a bit of a dilemma. So, children or a child jumping on the handlebars of a trolley, what do you do? It's a 50-50 chance, isn't it, that they're going to hurt themselves? Parents clearly don't care, because if they did, they wouldn't be allowing their children to do that. If you go near the child, or if you touch the child, in the day and age we live in now, you risk being branded a pedo. Okay? Doesn't matter how good your intentions are, it will always look in a bad way towards you. Apart from moving away from the aisle, which is kind of what me and again a few of my sort of friends and family, that's kind of what we do. We will just move out of that aisle, away from that kind of a situation. But let me know in the comments. Are there any other options? What do you guys do? Would you actually go up to that child? Would you go up to the parents? Would you shout at the parents and say, hey, look, your kid's going to have a face full of trolley soon? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. It's going to be quite an interesting one, this one. And This one, finally, you've made it to the checkout. Okay, the person in front of you is bagging their items. They stop to pay, and then they continue bagging. At this point, the cashier starts scanning your items, but you can't bag those. No way. The person in front of you doesn't care, so that drives you crazy. Okay? Simple solution. The person in front of you should only pay for their shopping once they have bagged all of their shopping. This also controls the cashier and stops them from scanning more items through because they haven't received payment yet. Okay? Small changes. That's all it is. At this point, I want to do a special, and this is like a special thumbs down. Okay? 2 thumbs on this one for the 2 old hags at my local supermarket who stink of a mixture of body odor, damp, and urine. Okay, I mean, if you guys were there to smell this and to go through this experience, it's sickly. It really is. It's better if you just put your head down a toilet. Okay, at least you can flush it and there'll be some fresh water somewhere. No. 2, basically, I would say, when I say hags, I'm saying 2 women, probably about, say, around 60 years old, if not 65, probably around about 4'11", and very overweight, both wearing sort of a mixture of like brown and chalky green, kind of basically dressing like the 1970s, kind of. Yeah, they dress like the 1970s, and yeah, no hygiene. They haven't made an effort anywhere. The nails are just like a mess. Their hair is a mess. It's like, you know, Einstein kind of thing, you know, the old hair thing all over the place. It's a mess. Okay, like those little troll dolls that you used to get, yeah, with a weird kind of funky hairdo thing. It's like that. It's crazy. Okay, and they leave a vapor trail that goes into every aisle they've been in. Every aisle. You can walk into the supermarket and go, oh God, they've been here, haven't they? Or maybe they're still here. So now all of a sudden your sense of alertness has gone up. You're not there to shop. You're there to make sure you don't get cornered by these 2 old hags, because if you do, trust me, you will feel physically sick. There will be no such thing as fresh air anywhere around you. Okay? It's a nauseating, sickly feeling when you're walking around and they've been in an aisle in front of you, or they happen to come into the same aisle that you're in. Guys, let me know about your shopping experiences below, okay? And I'll catch you all in the next rant. Take care, everyone.